Hello everybody and welcome back to I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. We are going to continue this year and it looks like we might make it to the end of this year in one day. Which is going to be important because we have two people to save and we gotta remember to save them. We gotta go outside during wet to save Tonin, and we've also got to save our best buddy, Professor Hal, when the time comes. But for now it looks like Dad wants to talk to me, so what's up? Dust is such a dry, hot season. Both suns are high in the sky, baking the usually lush Vertumnan jungle. If there's a breeze, it's warm, and you guessed it, dusty. Your parents are up every day before dawn, which comes far too early for your liking. They're usually gone by the time you wake up and home after you're asleep, so you have to visit them at work if you want to see them. Good morning, my little gooseberry. Your dad greets you cheerily. Have you come to see the harvest? Your mom and I are gathering crops from actual Vertumnan dirt this week. I miss you and Mom. We're gonna do this one because this will raise our stress up a little bit, and we need that if we're gonna go out. Oh, Buttercup, he sighs, kneeling down to look at you. I'm so sorry. How about your mom and I take the day off, and we have some family time together? I'd like that. As promised, your parents leave work early for the day and spend it with you. They take you for a long walk all the way along the colony walls and have a picnic overlooking the mush tree jungle beyond. Then you head back to the lounge and play a Vert Space game, an old one where the three of you play mice, and you have to build things to solve puzzles together. As your parents tuck you in that night, you think this must have been the best day you had in a long time. Aw, yeah. Because while these kids have a lot more freedom than, kids like us, we did, question mark? I mean, I'm just thinking of my own childhood, but, while these kids have a lot more freedom to make their own schedules and stuff, they're still just kids. Sometimes kids want to spend time with their parents. Alright, what to do? Let's see. 16, 18, 18, 17, 17, 18. Let's do something with anemone. Wait, do I have anything I can gift you? No. I have a stick. Well then, let's just... What should we raise? We could raise our bravery and our toughness, or we can raise our combat and animals. Probably bravery. You run into Cal and Anemone on the hill beside the garrison, at the small construction site. They seem to be throwing logs. There are a bunch of them lying at the bottom of the hill. It's a caber toss, Anemone shouts to you, then grunts with the effort of lifting a 6-meter-long mush tree pole. She throws it like a javelin down the hill and sprints after it. My best record, she shouts, and ties a piece of caution tape to the end of the pole. Your turn next, Cal says, pointing to a neatly stacked pile of construction poles beside you. From the looks of the nearby construction, they probably are destined to be a new lookout tower someday. I'm gonna go for an average one. Yabby has made a fine pole selection, Cal narrates in a haughty voice, and has lifted it onto their shoulder. Next, they will approach the sprinting line and begin their run, tossing the caber before they reach the throwing line. Lift, run, throw! I've got this. Probably shouldn't use that one, but it's fine. Oh yeah, we're fine. 5, 3, 2, 1, wait. I'll just boop everything in there, why not? The pole sails down the hill past all the other poles, coming to rest sticking out of the ground. Wow, you beat my best distance, Anemone says when she jogs back up. Players can't beat each other in mushwood toss, Cal corrects her. They can only beat their own high scores. But you get 3 bonus points if it sticks out of the ground like that. You play for the rest of the afternoon, adding rules and variations as you go. You don't stop until the entire stack of poles are in a jumble at the bottom of the hill and decorated festively with caution tape. It's a wonder you got away with this. I wonder what the adults are thinking. I mean, somebody had to know what we were doing, and if they didn't, what the heck are they up to? It's time, once again, for Vertumnalia. The mood of the colony has been muted this year, ever since the attack during Glow, though everything is still cheerfully decorated and the feast table is still heavy with food, mostly soy rations. This Vertumnalia just feels different, in a way you can't describe. The colonists gather in the square for Governor Udicott's speech. What a year Vertumna has given us, the governor begins in her weedy voice. I stand before you, so proud of everything the colony has accomplished in such a short time. I have always hoped that we would bring with us the best facets of humanity, cooperation, resilience, and creativity, and the events of this year have given me no reason to doubt my convictions. These creatures were unexpected, but I urge everyone to consider what it means for life here. If Vertumna can sustain megafauna, then that means conditions are good for us as well. Our friends in geophonics are already working on the logistics of domesticating the wildlife. Your dad, a second cultivator, stands and gives a sheepish wave to the crowd. There's a smattering of applause. Mars elbows you. Hey, oh, shoot. Hey, she whispers. Did you hear? My dad says Udicot's gonna announce the depot's open to the public. You shoot her a questioning look and she rolls her eyes. You know, shopping, somewhere to spend all the kudos we've been saving up. There's gonna be candy and toys and makeup and nice-smelling soap, not the boring kind in the communal showers. You know the concept of shopping. They do it in the holovids from Earth, especially the one Mars likes, but you've never actually done it. The colony provides everything you need, but it would be nice to buy yourself a treat. My dad's give me an allowance, Mars says, shooting you a look of pity. It's too bad your parents make you work for yours. You and Mars tune back into the speeches just as Udicot, as predicted, announces the opening of the general store at the depot. Mars gives you a knowing look as she claps. Udicot gestures for the council members to stand. Finally, the council remains unchanged from the last year. We are, as always, proud to serve you and the colony as your government. The music starts up as Governor Udicot finishes. Thank you all for your hard work and your perseverance this year, she says over the ruckus. Together we will build the future. The crowd disperses and sets up for the annual Vertumnalia Games. Just like last year, there's a talent show, a science fair, and bot wrestling, now with an obstacle course. Which one do you participate in this year? Well, let's take a double look. Okay, 17, 18, 18, 17, 17, 18. If we do the science fair, we'll get some friendship with Tangent and Mars. No, not Mars. What did I say? I can't read. Tangent and Tammy we'd get some friendship with. These guys are, everyone's around the same, which I like. Let's do the science fair this year. Your competitor for the science fair is, predictably, Tangent. Her project is on a tensile strength of various building materials, concluding that mushwood is the best choice when you consider not just strength, but also sustainability and ease of use. Tammy flakes out this year on her actual project, but her booth is nicely decorated. She spent so long in the decorations that she didn't have any time to do an experiment. The judges want to know what you've been working on. Present your project. I guess we might not get friendship for Tammy, but that's okay. We can get some more later. Card becomes 2. It already is 2, you fool. Let's see. I'm gonna save that 5. Yep. Nope. There we go. Good enough. In secret, you've been working on a social experiment about delayed gratification. You've been sneakily studying the adults, taking notes on their snacking habits and their mood. You found that Seek and Dr. Instance rarely eat sweets, but Utopia and Antecedent do it all the time. You correlate this with their attention span when you see them tackle frustrating problems. You know, problems you can control and repeat, like if a child backtalks to them. The judges are impressed with your methodology. Instance, perhaps a little begrudgingly, they award you first place. After the festivities are over, everyone takes time off for a much-needed break. Mars organizes a water fight to take over the whole colony, even the adults. It brightens everyone's spirits, even in the thick heat of dust. You end up on the top of the western wall with Deese, launching water-filled poof shrooms down on an unsuspecting anemone in the sports ball court below. The walls seem like a neat place to hang out and relax, much quieter than the lounge if you're looking for some solitude. And a good place to get friendship with Deese. Alright, what to do next? Anyone to talk to? I think, 18. Alright, it looks like Mars and Anemone could both do with some more friendship. So let's do some delivering supplies. It could also raise our organizing too, which we need. Mars has asked you to recruit some new members for the secret Funtimes Club. Who do you approach about this fun, exciting opportunity to make friends and be your own boss? Well, this could get us friendship with Deese, but I could also invite those two. We'll do Deese. He's the hardest to raise friendship for right now. These will be easy to recruit, you figure. His sister's already in the club after all, right? Wrong guess. No, Deese mumbles, flipping his hoodie over his head. I have better things to do than be in your stupid club. You insist, but he just shakes his head. You just want someone to make fun of. Go away. Even though you don't manage to recruit him, you can tell Deese is secretly happy that you tried to include him. At least you think so. Okay, it's hard to tell, but you have a strong suspicion. The meeting starts as usual except for Mars's foul mood. Seriously? Nobody found any more recruits? Do I have to do all the work around here? It's a good thing I convinced Cal and Anemone to join. She sniffs. What, like it was hard? Anemone can be vice president of kicking stuff, Mars announces. You know, for if we need extra security or like if we need to open a door and can't use our hands. Cal will be vice president of transportation, Mars continues. Cal pulls out his hoverboard and grins. That'll be useful if we need someone to get somewhere fast. Or, if only one of us does anyway. He can deliver secret messages too. Mars makes them raise their hands. Do you promise to always be cool kids and do fun stuff together and never tell any adults about the secret Funtimes Club? Cal and Anemone agree readily. Welcome to the club, team. I didn't attempt to include any of you, but I'm glad you're here anyway. Ooh, 4 organizing. That's really good. None of my stuff is leveled up. I feel like we could have done that by now, but I'm kind of bouncing between people a lot. You slip through the colony gates, feeling the breeze from the mushroom forest ruffle your hair. You look around for Deese, but he's nowhere to be seen. Maybe he went to class today? Probably not. As you're about to return to the colony, you hear what sounds like crying coming from one of the expedition vehicles. You pull back the tarp that keeps it from being blanketed with fungal spores and find Deese curled up in the cabin. He wipes his eyes and turns away. Go away, he mutters. Are you okay? I'm fine, Deese sniffles. Just leave me alone. Do you want to talk about it? Why don't you go ask my sister, he mumbles. Tang is so mature, she knows everything. I'm just a sensitive little crybaby who doesn't know anything. Deese wraps his arms around his legs and hides his face in his knees. I hate her, he I hate her, he mutters. Everyone thinks she's so smart, but she's just a big meanie. I hate everyone here. I hate being here. I just want to be left alone. Oh, poor kiddo. He's literally ostracized by everyone. And even if we're reaching out, considering how he grew up, does he really have a reason to trust us? I mean, I'm glad he did, because otherwise we wouldn't be able to go out and explore with him, but it's still sad that, like, he doesn't even feel like he could open up to anyone. He just feels like we're all gonna make fun of him. Alright, let's see. I should probably do some engineering, huh? Or should I do... Nah, we'll do some stuff with Anemone. We gotta keep raising that stuff. Let's do defense training, because we're about to fight a manticore. Part of self-defense is training your body so that it can be ready for any situation. The security chief has you running laps, jumping through tires, climbing walls, and sprinting back and forth. He has this inverted anti-gravity pad that makes your limbs feel super heavy. When you do jumping jacks on it and then do them again in normal gravity, it feels like you could jump straight back up through the wormhole. It's exhausting, but not that different than sports ball training. This is a breeze! This is great! It feels good that Red actually challenges your body and encourages you to achieve peak perfection. Peak condition, not perfection, but I am perfect and amazing in every way. Just kidding. I'm not that cocky. I wish I was. I wish I had confidence. Anemone, how do you get confidence? Can you kick it into me? I don't know if she knows either. We'll figure it out. Who can I give sticks to? 20, 19, 18, 18, 18, 18. Deese is now the highest one. And ironically, so is Tangent. Alright, well, let's do what's most important right now, and we've got to go save Tonin. I'm gonna see if there's anything else we can do around here before we do that, because I already cleared the way. So I might be able to raise our stats for other stuff before we save him. Yeah, he'll be fine for a little bit. He's fine. We have some energy. Ooh. Some farmland has spilled outside the walls. The fields don't look like they're doing very well. Nobody's around right now. In fact, it looks a bit abandoned. There are some meager-looking crops ready to harvest, but animals are starting to get at them. Let's salvage. You pull up a handful of wrinkly tubers. They're probably supposed to be potatoes eventually, or maybe yams. It's hard to tell. You dig around a little longer, but it's all pretty picked over. Better than nothing. I know we saved the food thing already, but it doesn't hurt to have more food. You spot a suspiciously regular mound of dirt. Maybe something is buried in there. Could be dangerous, though. Dig it! You fearlessly dive in, digging with your gloved hands. Turns out it's just a pile of... Oh. Dang it. Oh! Dude, you're supposed to be getting attacked right now. I just saw the manticore. Can I just tell you to go home now? You spot Uncle Tonin, Chief Surveyor Tonin that is, bumbling about and preparing some automated survey equipment for cleaning. He's very cautious, jumpy even, but he's making a lot of noise. Every few minutes he'll pause to listen and check his surroundings, then go back to banging away. He shouldn't be hard to avoid if you don't want to get caught sneaking out. Alright, let's sneak past him and then we'll go save him. Be like, yo man, I just saw you, what happened? How did you immediately get attacked by a manticore the second I walked away? You sneak past Chief Surveyor Tonin easily, walking while he makes noise and ducking down when he stops to check his surroundings. If only he could have seen the manticore. What's this? A nearby pond has dammed up and washed out the path here. The path continues on the other side. Jump over it! Hopefully this doesn't send me back. I think we should be fine. I probably should have thought about that. Ah, we're 78, and I've got a lot of stress reducers right now. We're fine. Oh yeah, you've bravely fallen and get wet. You flounder towards the other side, soaked but victorious. Alright, nah, we definitely have to go do the thing now. Wait. Yes! Oh wait, I could get relaxation points! Okay, I'm glad we went this way. We've seen this before. So I will just zoom through this with my powers. Let's see. Boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Good enough. As you settle in to watch from behind, the Unisar looks up towards you, startled by your movement. You try to hold perfectly still and quiet. You're breathing. After a tense moment, it goes back to its business. First, it sniffs out a good tree and rubs its scent glands in its neck against it thoroughly. Then it pees, like a crystal waterfall, on a rock. Everything it does seems magical. You quietly take a picture with your holopalm, but you know you can't share it or you'd get caught for sneaking out. Next, it sharpens its horn against a rock, which is scored with marks from having done this before. This must be its favorite sharpening rock. You notice a bulge in its stomach. It must have had a huge meal recently. Eventually, it curls up for a nap. You quietly sneak away. This was so wonderful. Vertuna's a magical place. Isn't it? Alright, now let's save our uncle from getting violently murdered by another animal. Oh, wait. This planet is full of all sorts of bugs, little wrigglers, hopping beetles, shining creepers, oh, and snaily things, oh my. You crouch in the long grasses and explore a square meter in great detail. There's so much to see. You don't even know what any of these things are. They might not even have names yet. Touch one. Ew, you touched it! That's such a kid reaction, I love it. It's like, touch it, ew! Should we risk it? If it's 12 stress, I'm gonna save. I'm gonna risk it. Risk it for the biscuit. Is that how you spell biscuit? I don't know. The mush trees are at their tallest and wet, and you come across a cluster of them that look ripe for harvesting. If you were older, you could probably cut them down and get some kudos for them. Give them a friendly pat. You like the mush trees. You give one a pat and are surprised when it moves under your hand. It's not the tree though, but a camouflaged creature lying against the trunk. It's small and looks a little like an octopus or a starfish. Lots of long legs wrapped around the tree like it's giving it a hug. Aww, I love hugs. New perk, nice! Oh, I was right, very close. Perfection though. You hear screams coming just over the next bluff. Human screams. Tonin! I literally just saw you, man, what happened? I said I was gonna say it, and I did. You crest the bluff to see Tammy's father, Chief Surveyor Tonin. He's being attacked by something you've never seen before. A four-legged creature with a huge mane of flowers, a mean reptilian face, and two wicked claws. What? Is this A manticore? You've heard of fierce creatures like these outside the walls, but you never expected to see one up close. What is this one doing so close to the colony? Uncle Tonin is pinned under one of the creature's pointed legs. He's struggling to get free, but the manticore keeps dancing around like it's playing with its food. You can hear it from here, growling and clicking its mandibles. But you snuck out! If you try to help, he's gonna know you snuck out, and your parents are gonna be so mad if they find you here. Panic rises in your chest. How could you even help him? It's a huge deadly monster! Try to distract it. You hide behind a tree and throw rocks at it. It bounces harmlessly off the manticore's flank and clatters to the ground. The manticore is undisturbed, which is more than you could say about yourself. Uncle Tonin shouts in pain. You're running out of time! Attack the monster! Alright, 27. We got this. Let's see. We'll do that. 3, 3. That's fine. 5, 1, 2, 2, 2. Good enough. You break through the tree line, yelling your battle cry. The manticore looks up from terrorizing Tonin and decides you could use a bit of terrorizing yourself. It roars, a deep, angry sound you can feel liquefy your guts. With literally nothing on you except a few rocks you could pick up from the clearing, you manage to piss off the ferocious manticore enough that it decides to go after you instead. Or maybe it just thinks it'll pick off the smaller, more tender prey before coming back for the main course. Either way, it leaps off Uncle Tonin and starts towards you. As you're about to engage with it in the most one-sided battle of your life, you smell the crackle of ozone in the air and the manticore howls in pain. Uncle Tonin! You must have distracted the manticore long enough for him to get to his blast rifle. The manticore turns and flees, and you run over to Uncle Tonin's side. Yabby, he gasps. I don't know why you're out here, but I'm glad to see you. Together you manage to limp him back to the gates. He'll be fine after an afternoon in the med bed, which is a relief, but you're even more relieved when you don't get in trouble for sneaking out. You don't know what he told your mother, but it's a miracle you weren't grounded for life. We did it! Another life saved. Aww! Chief Surveyor Tonin has come to your quarters to personally thank you for saving him from the manticore. Ever since he returned, Tammy's barely let him out of her sight. She stammers out her thanks as well. If it weren't for you, she'd be an orphan. They both owe you a great debt. I'm stepping down as Chief Surveyor, Uncle Tonin says. I think it's about time I take up a job inside the colony walls. I wasn't built for life outside a ship, I think. He squeezes Tammy's hand. Someone like Utopia has the youthful reflexes to stay safe out there in the jungle. She'll do great out there as the new Chief Surveyor. For that matter, so would you, he continues. I know you weren't supposed to be out there, but I would have died if you weren't. That has to count for something. When Utopia offers you a spot in expeditions, you should take her up on it. Aw, shucks. Tammy presents you with a basket of cookies. She's written thank you on each one in flowery writing. Tonin holds— oh my god! Tonin— oh yeah! Cause I have the popular status! Tonin holds his hand up, brushing you off. It was important to me, he says. Because of you, I'll be around to see my little girl grow up. Aww! I saved a life and got paid for it? Dang. Oh, Tammy! Let's check our friendship. Okay, 20, 18, 19, 21, 18, 18. Ah, okay, let's see. I think we're still doing good on people's friendship. I did say I want to get up 10 every year, but we've got most of them pretty high up, as long as we can keep up with it. And once we start exploring more, we'll actually be able to get gifts that they like. Because I'm kind of low on that right now. I mean, I can give someone a cake. Maybe Cal? Tammy is sitting on a little stool in the sun, reading a fairy tale picture book on her holopalm. She sighs. Are you okay? I'm okay, she hesitates. It's just that, look at all the pictures of these princes and princesses. The princes are always the taller ones, but I'm so big. I'm even taller than Cal. How can he be my prince if I'm bigger than him? It's true. Tammy is the tallest kid you know, taller than the boys, even Cal, who's a year older. You know she and Cal are close friends, but you never thought of him as her prince before. I could flirt, but, what do you need to hear right now? Being tall is awesome? You list off all the things you can think of. You reach high things, you hit rad spikes in sports ball, you can see over people's heads in a crowd. Plus you tell her tall people give the most amazing hugs. She goes in for the bait and gives you a big hug. Thanks, Yabby. You're a good friend. Aw, I just want you to be happy. Alright, I'm gonna give you... Oh! Tang furrows her brow as you approach. You again? She says. Why do you keep pestering me? It's not as though you've done anything to impress upon me your usefulness. At your blank look, she rolls her eyes. What I mean is, we're not friends. Alright then. Do you want this plant? You know what? I didn't even really want to give it to you. I just, you know, whatever. It's fine. I could buy 2 cakes. I could give them to people. It's not like I can do... Oh, or I could get the photophoner. That might be good. That can raise our creativity. You know what? I can buy that later. Or I can... No, wait. We can get that on the birthday. What am I thinking? Alright, I will instead buy the cakes. There we go. I probably should have gotten some cards or something, but whatever. Alright, I believe you like cakes? So let's see. I found something you might like. Cake. Cal's eyes go wide. Wah! Yabby, this is my favorite thing on the whole planet! He makes grabby hands at the cakes and takes a big huff of the pleasant, sugary smell as his eyes slip closed in sheer pleasure. Wow, Yabby, he breathes. You really are the best of the best. Here, you have a piece too. Let the icing melt in your mouth and let all your worries melt away with it. Dang, I didn't expect him to like it that much. Hold this to your head now, my darling, you hear as you enter the garden looking for Cal. It'll help with the swelling. Cal is sitting beside his mother, Auntie Tira, who kneels beside him holding an ice pack to his head. Cal's eyes are a little puffy. He rubs them and sniffs as you approach. Hello, Yabby. Tira greets you with a kind smile. Don't worry, Recalitrance just took a tumble off of something he shouldn't have been climbing. Mom, Cal complains. It wasn't that bad. Yeah, sounds like something he'd do. Cal shrugs. I climbed it before and it was fine, he says, not disagreeing with you. It was slippery from the irrigation misters, that's all. Mom always knows how to make it better, he says with a boyish smile, even if I'm old enough to take care of myself. My brave boy, Tira says, stroking his hair. Thanks for humoring me. She looks over to you. Don't let him show off for you, Yabby. Ground-based feats of bravery only for the rest of the day. Cal whines and wrinkles his nose. Tira laughs and wraps him in a big motherly hug, rocking him back and forth. Despite his protests, Cal's eyes close in happiness. He really loves his mom. Aww. Oh, and my stress went down. How did that happen? I don't know, but I'm glad it did. Alright, and you can get a cake too, because you're the other person whose friendship is kind of low. So is Mars, but I can deal with that. We're going to get something for her in Glow anyway, so here, cake. Thanks, Anemone says. Any excuse to eat a whole cake, right? Exactly. Alright, what should we do with our powers? Well, let's see. I do need to raise Mars's friendship a little bit. So if we do something with Mars, and then we're gonna have to relax, and then we could do something with Anemone, and that'll get everyone pretty much to around 20, which is what I wanted. So let's deliver more supplies. You didn't realize that delivery person also includes recycling disposal. Watching the particle shredder work is fascinating, and a little scary. You don't want to accidentally fall in. That's how I feel working with the baler at work. It's what crushes the cardboard and like, oh god. Sometimes you watch it and you're like, oh man. What if I just fell in there? Don't. There we go. Let's see. I like it. I like it. I would give you a stick, but then you'll murder me, so I guess I don't have anything to give you. Alright, and now we definitely do have to relax. Let's see. Relax in the lounge. It's nice to take some time off to chill after all the stress of school and work, not to mention the mental toll of just living on this unpredictable planet. Looks like you're not the only one who needs some downtime. Some of the other kids are also relaxing in the lounge. Should we join Cal or Tammy, or Mars and Deese? I mean, I know what the Mars and Deese one is, but I think I'm gonna go for Cal and Tammy. Cal is braiding Tammy's long hair and weaving in strands of little colored baubles. This one's called a waterfall braid, I think, he says. I saw it in an archive vid, but it's really tricky. He's doing a terrible job at it, his short, clumsy fingers getting all tangled in the strands. I can't do that, but I can do Cal's hair. You sit behind him as he sits behind her, like a mini conga line. You braid some short strands of Cal's hair, putting one of the little baubles at the end of each one. He finishes Tammy's hair. It's almost recognizable as a waterfall braid, then touches his own braids and giggles. Now we'll do yours, they shout in unison. You jokingly try to escape, but Cal sits on your legs while Tammy gives you a beautiful braid. Aww. And we got friendship with Tammy from that too. Oh yeah. So 21, 21, 24, 19, 19. Let's see, Mars won't be out here, but we can probably grab the crystal. I'm sure it'll have spawned right now. I hope it spawned. Yes! Alright. We can give this to her. And you know what? I'm gonna give you a stick. I know it's not the best gift, but now everyone's at 20 except for Mars. And oh wait! Then I can just do this thing with Mars and then everyone's at 20. Nice! Raising organizing is good anyway, because I believe we can open up a new slot, which we could definitely use. Oh, it's time for another meeting of the Secret Funtimes Club. You're trying to figure out what to do today. It's your job as Vice President of Fun Ideas, but you're having trouble coming up with something. Think, Abby, think! What's that smell? Oh, it's this! Tang asks as she joins you. You think she means someone farted and you giggle, but then you can smell it too. It's like burning mustard or spices, strong and acrid. Then the overhead lights start to flicker. Oh, that keeps happening, Mars says with a shrug. Like the same time every afternoon. Nobody knows why. It's a mystery. She and Tang look at each other, then at you. A mystery! They jump to their feet. There's a mystery afoot and the SFC is going to solve it. Tang brings up a fresh notepad on her holopalm and adds 2 bullet points. Clue 1, weird smell. Clue 2, flickering lights. Cal sniffs the air. The smell's coming from that vent, he says, pointing to the screen in the corner. Get a schematic to see where the vent goes. You pull up a schematic of the ship on your holopalm and track down where this vent goes. It takes a snaking route around the ship and connects to the cafeteria kitchens. It smells awful in here. Antecedent is here, fanning the nanoprinter with a cutting board while it belches out foul black smoke. Oh gosh, kids, she says. Don't come any closer. This darn nanoprinter's on the fritz again. Everything that comes out is awfully burned, and I don't want you to breathe in the smoke. Every gosh darn day, she mutters under her breath. Tammy quietly points upwards. The lights are flickering here too. You take a closer look. There's some kind of black dust near them. That's weird. The little clumps of it are stuck to the wall and ceiling, all around the outlet in the back of the nanoprinter too. You climb up onto the counter, much to the antecedent's annoyance. When you put your hand near the black dust, your holopalm makes your hand tingle, like it's vibrating slightly. Tangent climbs up with you and tries it too. Electromagnetism, she confirms. The ferromagnetic materials in our holopalms are reacting to the presence of magnets, or an electric current. I think it's in this dust? She makes a note. Clue 3, electromagnetic dust. Antecedent shoos you out of the kitchen. Out, out! Go play somewhere else, my darlings. We've got supper to prepare. You follow the clumps of black dust through the lounge, down a long hallway to the children's creche. It's quiet here, and instinctively you all walk softly and stop talking. You slow as you approach the playroom. Shh, Tammy says as you reach the door, and you stop suddenly. Anemone, Cal, and Mars bump into you from behind. Sorry, she whispers. I heard something. It's like something eating. Something really, really small. Tang notes this, but to you, at least, the room is silent. It's dimly lit, except for the holoprojected teddy bear in the corner that keeps flickering on and off. The one that nearly killed Tammy. You thought Professor Hal fixed it. Bravely enter the room. As you step in, all the lights in the room suddenly turn on. 2 musical toys start playing all at once, and a toy robot begins spinning in circles, whirring. Mars shrieks. Tangent rushes forward, grabs the glass from the art table, and slams it upside down on the counter. I caught it, she yells. Aww. You gather around to see. Under the glass are what looks like 4 round metal things, like ball bearings. As you watch, one of them starts to roll. It advances to the edge of the glass, then rolls around in a ring around the inside. It stops. Then a pair of long silver antennae emerge from the top of the ball. They click together, producing a bright spark of electricity. You all jump back. The other 3 balls gradually awake and begin snapping their own antennae. I think we solved our mystery, Tang says with a growing smile. Sure enough, you find more magnetic black dust and something else. Tiny bite marks from the electrical cord leading to the holoprojector. They must be feeding off the electricity, Tang explains, then storing it like a battery to use for self-defense. And this dust must be their excrement. Fascinating. You report your findings to Professor Hal. He realizes these pests have in fact been siphoning off electric currents from your ship since it landed, and are responsible for some dangerous power surges. Hal gives you all some kudos and thanks. Awesome, and now I'm gonna save you, Hal, so I expect more money. No, I'm kidding. Gets me more organizing, too. What are we at? 25, not bad. It's been a quiet glow, but the grim, surreal darkness of the season reminds you of last year's violence. As the month wears on, you overhear arguments at dinner, adults worrying that an attack is still coming, and others who think the first one was a fluke. Surveyors mention seeing new tracks in the forest, but are shushed so people don't panic. The gates are closed. You drill emergency procedures, filing soundlessly from the classroom to the creche to hide under tables, waiting for the sirens to call the all clear. You drill and prepare and worry, but nothing happens. Then, just as glow is starting to wane, the toxic purple spill of the wormhole fading as the suns almost rise past the horizon again, the sirens start. You're reading a holonovel in bed when you hear them, followed by the stomp of boots down the hallway outside your quarters. An alert flashes on your holopalm. Shelter in the creche! This is not a drill! You get another message from your dad. Me and Mom are going to stay in the greenhouses. We're safe. Just follow Auntie Anne to the creche and wait for us, okay? Don't worry. We're way more prepared than we were last year. Love you. Stay safe. You could go to the creche where you belong, or you could follow the security guards and see what's happening at the gates. Just as you peek your head out the door, you're struck by a horrible premonition. Someone's in danger in engineering. You blink and shake your head, but the feeling persists. Go to engineering! You don't know what compels you to go to engineering. It's nowhere near the walls, and the corridors are quiet as you approach. You burst into the classroom to find Professor Hal, cornered by a small, chittering thing. It's moving too fast to tell what it is. Every time Hal tries to get around it to flee, it climbs up the walls and keeps jumping at him. He's fending it off with a tablet, but he's getting tired. As you watch, the thing leaps at his throat and tears a chunk out of him. Hal screams in pain and crumples to the ground. You must gasp because the thing turns to you and lunges. Defend yourself! 47. 5, 4, 3. 5. 4. 5, 5, 2, 4. Good enough? Let's see. 4, 2, 2, 0, 1. Good enough. I just wanted to make sure that he lived. It's impossible to hit the thing. It's so fast. It's like a smear at the edge of your vision. What you do manage to do, though, is lure it outside the classroom and get Congruence to slam the door shut. You hear it beating against the door as you run to Hal's side. Congruence guides you through how to hold pressure to Hal's throat to stop the bleeding, but stars, there's blood everywhere! Eventually, the doors open and Chief Engineer Instance runs in, directing some of the security team to load Hal into a stretcher and take him to the med bay. There's no sign of the creature. She surveys the carnage. Good work, Yabby, she says grimly. You might just have saved Hal's life. Her shoulders droop. They must have crawled over the walls. Buggers. You return to your quarters. Your parents are horrified to see you covered in blood, relieved when you say it's not yours, then horrified all over again when you tell them about Professor Hal. Your dad checks his holopalm and tells you they got him to the medbed quickly enough that his injuries should heal in a few weeks. You saved Professor Hal's life. We did it! Oh, and look at that. We got a lot of friendship up. Everyone's in the 20s. I'm very proud of us for that. And we're starting age 12 with not that much stress either. That's very good, and it looks like people want to talk to us too. So we've got plans set in motion. Year 2 was very good. Now we just need to keep it up in year 3. We have a lot of stuff we need to do. We need to continue to try and get interactions with Sim. So I'm going to possibly be trying to fail stuff outside to see if we can catch him. Although if he doesn't show up, I'll probably just redo it because we need the skill points anyway. Just a little bit of time traveling cheating. This is the golden run after all. We gotta do what we gotta do. And along the way, we also need to see if we can help out during pollen. We need to get our Ricky. We have a lot of stuff we need to do, and still so little time to do it. We've gonna try and raise everyone's friendship up another 10 too. The higher we get their friendship, the more time we have to focus on the new peeps that are about to show up. But that is all going to have to wait for next time. So until then, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing. Remember to take care of yourself, watch out for small, chittery things, and have a good day.